dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining me on Mountain News this morning. Today is Tuesday, May 5th. Now, yesterday was a gorgeous day outside. Let's go ahead and bring in Brandon Robinson. He said to get out there, and I hope you did, because we're expecting some cooler temperatures the rest of this week.
Yes, and we're expecting rain, and it's already coming in this morning. I'm pointing out a couple of features here on Live Pinpoint Doppler radar. You see back out here all of these little marks on that spot of radar? That's lightning. So these storms are very electrical. They're moving into parts of Lake Cumberland, and we'll get crossing the I-75 corridor here in a little bit, and there's more out there where that came from. So let's go on over to temperatures now, and you'll see still pretty mild this morning. Most of us in the 50s. One of the cooler spots is Harlan at 53, and then one of the warmer spots just one county over in Middlesboro there at 58, and Bell County 59 there, I think, is the warmest spot in the region there at Wise this morning. We'll see the out-the-door forecast feature chances for showers and even some thunderstorms. Some of those could be on the stronger side later today. We'll keep you posted on that as temperatures top out in the mid to upper 60s. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Lacey?
Thank you, Brandon. Last night, Governor Andy Beshear announced a total of 5,245 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Kentucky. This after an increase of 163 cases yesterday. The governor also confirmed 8 new deaths, bringing the death toll to 261. More than 1,900 Kentuckians have recovered from the disease, and more than 60,000 have been tested. And last night, a federal judge ruled that Governor Beshear's travel restrictions in response to COVID-19 are unconstitutional. However, a U.S. district judge also sided with the governor on a ban of mass gatherings. A group of plaintiffs who attended a church service filed a suit challenging the travel and mass gathering bans. They attended an Easter church service and received orders from the state to quarantine for 14 days. We are now less than 1 week away from some businesses in Kentucky reopening, and those businesses include car dealerships, manufacturing, construction, and pet grooming. But they will need to have the appropriate PPE and social distancing in place. Houses of worship will be able to open on May 20th, and cosmetology services can reopen on the 25th. Governor Beshear has not set a date yet on when other businesses like restaurants, movie theaters, gyms, daycares, and summer camps can reopen. And a lot of people in southern Kentucky are hoping restrictions are lifted just in time to allow for a popular summertime tradition to continue this year. But some are still concerned about the impact of COVID-19 on the Lake Cumberland area. Some argue the lake is a perfect place to get away and isolate, given how families can social distance on their own boats. Joe Sharp, the owner of Burnside Marina, believes the lake could have one of its better summers, but some fear that too many restrictions could prove disastrous.
It's not going to be one of the better years, I'm afraid, but people are going to get out. They just got to remember what has happened.
Somerset's mayor says he sent a letter to Governor Beshear asking for restaurants to be put in phase 1 of the reopening plan, but he says he has not yet heard back. The governor said last night that restaurants would be in phase 2 and open sometime in June. And drive-through testing begins today at Pikeville Medical Center. The testing will be Tuesday through Friday each week from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. near the former Jerry's restaurant parking area. The hospital will only test up to 70 people each day. Primary health care here in Hazard resumed testing yesterday morning and is open to everyone, symptoms or not. You will need an insurance card and a photo ID. And testing for COVID-19 is ramping up in Rowan County. St. Clair Healthcare is expanding free drive-through testing services to anyone, even if you aren't showing any symptoms of coronavirus. Tests will be conducted in front of St. Clair and Moorhead and is by appointment only. And with social distancing standards in place, meetings on Zoom or FaceTime have become the new norm, even in rehab. For those in recovery, maintaining a network of support is especially important. We talked with Jeremy Haney, who tells us he was an active addict for 25 years. He turned to rehab to heal and landed a job at the Appalachian School of Luthery. Though he is currently out of work, he says his communication with the sponsor has helped keep him sober.
You have to use Zoom meetings, stuff like that, to get that face-to-face interaction.
You got to find one thing that makes you feel good, and when you start feeling at a loss, you got to go back to it.
Haney has even become a sponsor himself and has helped someone purchase a home for his family and get a new job. Frontier Behavioral Health opened a new facility yesterday in Johnson County on Facebook Live. They already have 2 outpatient care facilities, but this facility gives them a residential option. They plan to open in late March, but COVID-19 halted their plans. So they gave a virtual tour yesterday as patients will start the program today. Because of COVID-19, those patients have to be tested before arriving, and they have to follow social distancing guidelines.
We're going to start out slow. The first couple of weeks, we're going to work through maybe 6 to 8. The first couple of weeks, make sure we have our social distancing in place. And as we're learning to make sure that we have everything in place and going smoothly, then we'll increase hopefully to 12 in June, and then we'll get up to 16 in July.
The facility holds up to 30 people, and the program lasts for 30 days before patients will graduate and continue outpatient care. Thank you for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we talk with health professionals about how to take care of your mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're tracking showers and the potential for storms in the forecast today. I'll break it down for you in about 3 minutes.